Now having morning tea! Why are so many delicious old style dim sum becoming rarer and rarer after you know about their complicated and time-consuming handmade processes? You may understand why. Some people say that there are more and more pre-made morning tea items now. Fortunately, there are still some stores persevering and inheriting this Cantonese dim sum handmade craftsmanship and classic old flavors. For the first dish, we ordered this classic tang xiaowing. When picking up the xiaowing here, you will find that it is well made. It feels quite light in your hand. The outer layer has a slightly crispy taste, while the inside of a well-made xiaowing should be a bit moist. In this way, the inner texture is relatively soft and smooth, and the more you chew, the stronger the rich egg flavor is. Together with the sweetness, crispness, and softness brought by the granulated sugar, it is really delicious. Then why is this dim sum becoming rarer and rarer? Because its production really takes more time than most dim sum. First test, eggs need to be added to the dough and beaten by hand, and then it is pinched into balls one by one and put into a low-temperature oil pan. But it is not just about dropping it in and frying. It has to be fried with low oil temperature, slowly, allowing the dough to expand little by little. The whole process is quite time-consuming. Just think, if there are a lot of people and the kitchen is busy, someone has to be specially assigned to watch the frying process. So indeed, a lot of energy is needed behind delicious old-style dim sum. Then this dim sum is even rarer on the market now. It is run Chong Ling Yu Jan. Below is the minced Ling Yu fish that is hand-beaten into fish paste. It tastes very chewy and has a strong fishy flavor. The piece on top is run chang made from duck liver. It has a dense, salty, and fragrant taste, echoing the freshness of the Ling Yu fish below. It is very interesting to eat. Although it is very delicious, it has a lot of small thorns. So, making it into Ling Yu fish paste by hand gets rid of the burden of small thorns, allowing you to fully enjoy its freshness. It is made by wrapping sausage, roasted pork, taro and duck feet, with bean curd skin and steaming them. One bite can let you taste 4 different layers. The taro is fragrant and soft. The sausage has a salty, sweet, and wine. Fragrant taste. The roasted pork is crispy and tender, and the bean curd skin is elastic and refreshing. And finally, the duck feet are full of gelatin. The whole taste and texture are very rich. But both the materials and the workmanship are quite complicated. No wonder it is becoming rarer and rarer. Then comes the usual rice noodle roll evaluation session. First of all, I have to say that this plate of rice noodle roll has a flavor I've never tasted before. Look, it is served with roast goose sauce. So this is roast goose rice. Noodle roll, however, it is different from those attention. Grabbing roast goose leg rice noodle rolls. It has the roasted goose meat chopped up together with a crispy skin and wrapped inside. And the rice noodle roll itself is very thin and translucent. But it is obviously not the kind with a lot of stools. It tastes delicate and fragrant with the rice milk. Eating it together with the evenly distributed roasted goose meat is very delicious. Moreover, the crispy roast goose skin is also cut into pieces. The moment you bite into it, there is a burst of juice feeling. Then comes another classic in old style, dim sum, jurun sumai. Now many stores are gradually reintroducing this dish, but not many stores can make it delicious. First, the minced meat should be like this, with a chewy feeling of hand. Cut large meat pieces, and the juice should be full, so that the shumai tastes fragrant. Then the pork should be cut a little thicker, tasting crispy and tender, without a powdery feeling or extra tendon feeling. Eating it together with the minced meat below gives a double fresh and fragrant taste. Then, let's talk about why many stores can't make this taste. First, you have to chop the mincemeat by hand and keep kneading, rubbing and beating it to make the mincemeat elastic, so as to get that chewy and juicy taste. And the pork and the dry steamed part are steamed separately twice because their requirements for cooking time are different. It is really remarkable that a busy kitchen can still do this. Then comes a dim sum I've never seen before. It is called bingru cake. Bingru is the fatback marinated with sugar and wine. At first, I was looking for where the bingru was. Only when I took a bite did I find that it was cut into thin slices and spread on the cake. After baking, the bingru becomes crispy but melts in the mouth immediately. The The sweet and mellow feeling with a bit of wine aroma immediately fills the mouth. At the same time, the greasy feeling of traditional bingru disappears, coupled with an outer, crispy and inner, soft cake base. The sweet feeling with a lot of layers is really wonderful. Then comes the classic old style dim sum, nostalgic cotton chicken. This dish brings out the freshness of the chicken through 3 different layers. First, the piece of chicken in the middle is well selected, being chewy and tender with a strong chicken flavor. And the mushrooms on top and the bean curd skin below absorb the fresh chicken flavor, making it very flavorful to eat. For the finale, we ordered a crispy white sugar cake. Usually, the white sugar cakes we eat are soft, but this one has 2 slightly thicker crispy layers on the top and bottom. The outer layer has a strong crispy feeling when eaten, and it tastes very sweet and refreshing when chewed, but not too sweet. It is just right for the finale.